Hello everyone, Rebecca here from Simple Suburban Living, and in this video I'm going to show you the first time that I use the Harvest Guard reusable canning lids. So the first step is to heat the lids in and the gaskets in hot water, and then you're going to place the lids are actually two parts. So you've got the lid and the gasket, and you're going to place the little gasket onto the lid as I'm showing you here, and then you just turn it over and you put it onto the jar and make sure that it's centered well. And then you screw on the lid, and this is screw on the rim rather, and this is where a lot of people kind of mess up, is they put it on too tight. So you'll see the method that I use is I'm putting my finger on and I'm screwing it just until it starts to spin, the jar starts to spin. And I'm doing this obviously on a hard surface to where it spins easily rather than on a towel or something like that. Now in this case I had things off center, and so I had to try again. Alright, now on this one, what I'm doing is I am doing another method. Rather than putting my finger in the middle and turning it until it spins, I'm turning it until it's fingertip tight, and then I'm going back a quarter of a turn. So that's another way that you can do it. But the main idea is you don't put it on nearly as tightly as you do with the standard lids. Okay, I've put the jars into the canner and I'm removing them now. And when you remove them, now is the time when you want to tighten them up. So you can see that I'm using pot holders because the jars are very, very hot, and I'm just tightening the lids of each of the jars. So this is a really important step because you have the lids on so much looser than typical lids when you do the canning process, and so you want to make sure and tighten them after you take them out of the jars, or excuse me, after you take it out of the canner. Alright, then you cover it with a towel until it cools down completely. Okay, now this was the next day when they had cooled down completely, and I'm testing them out to see if they sealed. And you can see I'm grabbing onto it, I'm lifting up, and that one sealed just fine, so we're going to see how the rest of them do. That sealed fine too. You can see I'm not just pulling up on the lid, but I'm lifting up the jar by the lid, and it's staying sealed. Okay, same thing with that one. I did a total of 5 jars, and so far 3 out of the 5 have sealed just fine. Here's the 4th one, it's sealed. And there's the 5th jar, and it's sealed as well. So I definitely am happy with how this turned out. The reason I bought them, I bought these lids for a couple of reasons. One, with all of the shortages, it's been hard to get lids, and that kind of makes you realize how important it is to have reusable items so that you don't have to worry about the shortages. The second reason is that even though these are more expensive to start off with, they are actually very, very cost effective, because you do have to replace the gaskets. They say they typically last about 10 uses, maybe more, maybe less, depending on if they get damaged or that type of thing. But when you look at it from that perspective, it gets it down to just pennies every time that you use them. So I definitely am excited about these, and I will be using them in a lot of my future videos, so be sure to stay tuned for that. I hope that you enjoyed this video and that you will like the video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much, and have a great day.